You ever make a mistake? So it's been kind of a while since my last video, 3 or 4 months or so. I think it's probably worth addressing that at the start of this video before we dive into the content. As you may have seen, at the end of the last episode we made the ill-advised choice to take on Hueycoatl. That was always going to be a long chunk, but because that apparently wasn't enough of a challenge, not long after that roll my house got struck by lightning and I lost a bunch of my electronics. And I had a baby as well, that too. So, you know, the last couple of months have been a bit hectic and progress in the account's been a bit slow. I'm sure when we get to those events, live action me will bring them up, but with all that preamble out of the way, I think it's time to dive into the chunk, which takes us all the way back to early July 2025. With the Hueycoatl open, we have 81 fletching to do anyway for rune darts, because apparently Huey drops rune dart tips. So, here we are. That's alright, these things are going to happen. So, yeah, we'll be doing lots of fletching as well. I'm going to run through a couple things before I go diving into Huey. The first one will be 43 prayer, because, yeah, I'm not going into Huey without 43 prayer. So we're going to use up a whole bunch of those big bones we got from the Moss Giants, take them up to the Ralos's Rise, and turn them all into prayer. Okay, while that's going on in the background, I'm going to run through the absolute list of tasks that I got for this chunk, because not only is it a decent chunk, I also corrected my rule set during this chunk as well, and that gave me a whole bunch of stuff, some of which I'd already completed, but, you know, got to catch up. So, for this chunk, we have skill tasks: craft a Hueycoatl hide body, fletch a rune dart, wield a dragon hunter wand, and wear Hueycoatl hide armor. For the best in slot tasks, again, Hueycoatl hide van braces, a rune scimitar, rune plate skirt, Huey body, Huey coif, Huey chaps, tome of earth, and a dragon hunter wand. For diary tasks, we've got just the combat achievements for Huey, so champion, you're a wizard, I'm your son, adept, pillar lover, perfect Hueycoatl, Hueycoatl speed trialist, and Hueycoatl veteran, and is it a bird? Under the other tasks category, obtain a bronze axe, obtain a steel pickaxe, both of those are done. Obtain sunfire splinters, obtain a dragon hunter wand, obtain a huasca seed, obtain a Hueycoatl hide, obtain a soiled page, obtain a tome of earth, and then the kill tasks: 1 Huey body, 1 Huey tail, a lynx, a snake, the Hueycoatl, a wolf, and then some permanent unlocks. Activate the statues of Artes, there's 4 of those? 3 of those. Change your gravestone at Death's Office, that's in the city there, and then dig up an uncut emerald for Roomworld. In total, even though there were some double ups there, in total that comes in at 40 tasks for this chunk. So it's going to be a while. Alrighty, there's the 6,000 bone shards we need. Run back to a bank, we'll grab out our wine, and we'll go knock out this 43 prayer. Now, if I've calculated this correctly, that is exactly how much wine I'll need to get to 43. So let's see. Oh, come on. Fine. This protection prayer is done. Now we can actually start diving into Huey. I think I will try and grab the wolf before we go in. One less thing to worry about. And I probably should actually add chunk. There we go. So where's this wolf? Get this part out of the way real quick. It's going to be down there, isn't it? There it is. Alright, all the way around. Well, one less task to do. The Huey what now? Oh, Hueycoatl. I've been pronouncing that wrong this whole time. Excellent. However, I'm not sure you have enough combat experience to face the Hueycoatl. Recommended to have a combat level of 85 and a prayer level of 43. Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Okay, now we can get amongst it. Alright, quick calibration fight. Let's see how bad doing a solo is right now. Okay, we can actually hit. Not great though, is it? Just noticed that they took 50,000 coins from my bank for this instance. That's not sustainable. Well, we've established that we can kill the tail, so that's something. And that's actually a chunk task as well, isn't it? That hit me out here? Yeah, good. Okay, well, good to know, good to know. I guess we will probably jump over to the mass world and see if we can't get some credit there. Yeah, no, that's a problem. I'm gonna need to get a lot more stats before I try this. Alright, let's have a think and come back in a bit. There's a few chunkers in the Onechunk clan who are all on the Hueycoatl tile. And I'm gonna see if I can't jump into an instance with them and maybe get a little bit of loot from a couple of kills. See what happens, I guess. Hey, that's an upgrade. So I did get a air orb drop from Huey already, and since that means I can get an air battle staff, which is very exciting, I'm going to get my crafting up and get one of those, because at some point I'm going to... Yeah, no. When I recorded this, it was completely wrong. There's no way in those chunks to get a battle staff, so I couldn't make an air battle staff. And I actually didn't have a primary way to train mage. So none of what you can't hear in the background is actually correct. I did train a bunch of crafting this way though, which is good because I'm going to need a lot of crafting experience in the end. Alright, after AFKing the sand crabs for a good long while, we now have the stats to give Huey a tri-solo. So going in with 64 base attack, 72 base strength. I've got an attack and strength potion as well with me. And we're going to give it a go solo and just see if we can get a kill. So 41-minute mark, see what we can do. Yeah, this is going to be a long fight. Hey, phase 2. We're not quite gonna make it. That was so close. I made a few less mistakes in the early. Been a little bit more careful with my food. Unless I get a really lucky run. Seven health. The chance. On one health. Here's a 0. Come on. Please. What? I'm on 3 health. No. Oh. Oh my god. I'm speechless. The 58-minute Huey solo, 1 health, no resources, for a total of 3,000 Earth Runes. Oh. My heart is racing. That was wild. Okay, so can I do it? Yes. Should I be doing that? Probably not. I think. Oh, I need a minute. So I think the play is going to be probably not soloing, because that's nuts. I can probably make it in on public groups. Or if someone's just soloing, maybe try that. Masses, I don't know if I'll be able to do enough damage to get loot. Maybe it's worth a try though. Yeah, but soloing is a long way off. I would need better weapons, which I'm not going to get. But yeah, I mean, it is doable. Technically means this is not not a death chunk. That's is doable where I'm at now. Drop rate of around like 1 in. So the worst item's like a 1 in 105, which is not too bad at all. 100 kills there, yeah, like that would be 100 hours if I'm using my current setup, but let's assume that I get better at that over time. It doesn't quite take me an hour. We're looking at less than 100 hours just on the Huey part, if I do solos, and I probably won't do solos, so we'll see. So I was just doing some calculations, and it looks like, I don't know, I think I may have rolled a death chunk. I'm gonna need like something like 30,000 gems from that shop to get to the crafting level, and 30-ish or 29,000 maple logs for the fletching requirement, as well as doing the Huey log. This is maybe a bit more than I thought it was going to be. Hey, it's doable. Hey, combat achievements. Ooh, that's an upgrade. And there's another statue activated, so that's finishing that one off. There's... And as a bonus, another extra book. Hey, excellent. And 50 crafting. Really? Okay, I got 3 lamps during my workday, AFK and crabs. Pop those on there. For 22 Slayer. Desert Lids is nice. And we're still, I think, 1 or 2 lamps. Oh, a little over 2 lamps. A little over 2 lamps away from the next level. Hey, oh, 400 nature runes. That was slow number 2, slow number 3. What are we up to? But 54 minutes this time, so slightly faster. And with 2 whole sharks left over as well. Missed it by a whole level, but there's 1,000 total level, and I think 83 combat, 84 combat. Very nice. We've now shot past that, but here's the stats at about 1,000 total level. We can technically enter from our chunk, so go in here, and I believe there's some way to. I believe there's some way to purchase a new gravestone here. There we go. That was supposed to... Hang on. Yeah. Done. So, doing flax seems to be maybe even faster experience than hopping worlds cutting gems, just because the gem stock is always out. If I do this though, all the way to the goal, hey, there's 52 crafting. If I do this all the way to the goal though, that's like 100,000 flax or something. I need 1.5 million, so 100,000 flax. That's a lot. I don't know, maybe I'll find a better solution to this before the end of the chunk, but I'm currently not seeing anything, so it may actually just be 100,000 bowstrings. Maybe I'll break it up and do some gem stalls, some bowstrings. That's probably a good idea, because the money from the gem stalls is pretty good. We might do that. We'll see, I guess. And we also managed to get another done, so that is going to be 25. Cockatrice, which we do have in our chunks actually, but since we can't access it until after Perilous Moons, technically that's a 48 requirement and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll get there though, eventually. Good morning, it is the next day and Hueycoatl Part 3 is out, and an interesting development is we have some stuff in our chunks. It is entirely inaccessible but it is there. If we were able to get one of these pendants of 8s, that would unlock... No, it wouldn't unlock that area because you need to touch the thing to actually activate it. Ah, no. Ah, well. But we do have access to that area. So, this robot, I'm pretty sure there's no requirements for that. So if I could get into this chunk, that would give me access to it. Still though, it looks like I would need to roll 3 chunks to get into there, which is a ways off, and I still have this to deal with. But very exciting, very exciting. And there's also a whole stack of like new farming patches as well. Cacao flour. I think there's supposed to be cacao that's farmable here, but that doesn't appear to have been released with this expansion. Maybe it's coming later. Maybe it's coming with sailing and Tempestus later. But yeah, not just yet. We've also got yeah. So there's the crab boss. 3 locations there. 1 location in my chunks not accessible yet. The new fletching minigame, which is so close to being in my chunks right here, and I could probably access it to do some of it, but you know, just missed out. We'll get it though. We'll get it in the future. Apart from that, you know, nothing much else has changed. We still don't have access to all these quests or this area, and there's another one of those pendant locations there. Very keen to get into here, but a little bit to do before we can do that. Oh yeah, and I got a another lamp, which means 26 Slayer. Alrighty, there is 80 strength, and I actually got the +1 max hit at 79, but I felt like I'd round it off to 80. And despite 9.4k crabs, we only ended up with 2 clue scrolls, 4 steps I can do in my chunks. I'm not going to juggle 2 clue scrolls through potentially thousands of Huey kills, so we're just going to leave that there and cut our losses. It would have been nice to do a clue, but I only got 71 drops over nearly 10k crabs, and don't think I'm going to do another 10k crabs just to get 1 easy clue. Maybe another day. It does mean that we're stuck with the bronze hatchet, and all the other things we could have got from easy clues are a no-go. But, yeah, one day. I was just having a look at the updated map on my way up to Huey, and there's a level 76 agility shortcut there. If I had a primary agility method, I'd be very upset right now. Also, it turns out that to start this Auburn Valley fletching minigame, you have to do the mini quest, which is up here. It's first, so that's actually further. I was hoping I could just start doing it in here, but no. Gotta get all the way up there before I can start doing that one. Ooh. Clogger. Nice. I wish the audio on this clip was better, but I was watching YouTube, so here we go.
So this is gonna be my magic gear. Okay, so duty last night, don't want to talk about. He wants.
No way, absolutely spooned. That's huge. Oh, I'm blown away. What was that? That was 47 kills in mass. Absolutely spooned. Alright, well, I'm still completely thrown by that. Spooning the Dragon Hunter wand at 47 kill count is huge. And just with some quick checks, does just run through the DPS calculator. Even without the Tome of Earth, it's nearly double the damage on Huey that my current melee setup is. Using Death Runes. It's still an improvement even using Chaos Runes. If I can get the Tome of Earth as well, it's more than double damage of what I've currently got. So, I mean, basic math tells me that instead of an hour for a solo, we'll be looking at half an hour for a solo. I suspect that'll use a lot of runes, but I think it's worth it, even if I just end up using it in mass. yeah, I think it's worth it. So I'm going to train up my mage. Technically, I don't have a primary method for mage in my chunks, but I'm willing to hop a fair bit for mind runes if it means halving the time I spend a Huey. So yeah, I mean, let's just get into some training and see what we come up with. How easy is it to... Can I save spot the... No? Okay, cool. Please? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So I can save spot these. I'm killing these guys because they don't have any mage defense that I'm aware of, and they are the ones that drop the runes, so hopefully I'll be able to replenish my... Or they drop air runes and chaos runes, so hopefully I'll be able to replenish stores a little bit as I go. But that is going to be... magic. I'm not going to show every single level, but probably milestones. Up most of our runes, and we made it to a whopping 26 mage, so the 65 mage dream, I think it's just going to have to go in the back burner for now, because I'm not doing another 5,000 or 6,000 moss giants for air runes. That can wait until we've got a better source, or, you know, maybe I'll get a whole stack of maze randoms in a row, who knows. Probably not though. It's a crazy idea to start with, but you know, what do you do? I'd love to say that I'm meticulous and everything is planned out ahead and I never make mistakes, but yeah, that's not real life. Yeah, the mage idea was dumb. I am just gonna quickly see if I can snatch the killer with mage achievement, just in case that's possible. Well, that didn't work. Let's give it one more try. Nah, that's nowhere near. That's just not happening. Hey, result. That is another clog. Brilliant. Consecutive kills. Brilliant. Oh, missed that one too, but there's 52 thieving and 1050 total level. As you can probably tell from the lack of sailing mentions, this footage is nowhere near caught up to date, but this episode's already running on a bit, so I'm going to call this one here. Thankfully, with everything at home more settled, I should be able to get the next episode out much quicker, so hopefully you'll be hearing from me in only a couple of weeks. Thank you very much for watching.